One more time. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, I think that's it.
That was bad.
We'll sort it out.
Bad.
Yeah,
I
well,
usually
you know,
figure it out.
if you say on 3, I'm doing it on 3, like as you're saying 3, but not like after 3.
Yeah.
Like, 1,
That's
2.
correct.
You said on 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time for the new show. It's time for the new show. So get back home, take off your fucking clothes, 'cause it's time for the new show.
Welcome to episode
Yeah.
19 of Noob Show. Wait,
Wonderful.
Is this
professionalism?
That's not what this is about. Well, I gotta make sure this is episode 19 because I don't remember.
So.
I don't know. I don't keep track. You know how to listen to these.
We know no one listens to these. Just kidding. Everybody listens to these because that's what
I
you're
said-
supposed to fucking do.
I said I don't because
You're the worst?
no, I have a big YouTube subscription list. You know, you're not the only person I subscribe to. Homebrew Detritus.
We all have lots of subscribers. And you too can be a subscriber.
You're like, oh, we don't know you all very well. Oh, how could we get to know you better? We go on Noob Show and we talk about ourselves. That's like a way.
Terance, tell us about your childhood.
So what happened was...
Pass. Next question.
What's it like to be gay?
Oh, are we doing the Pride Month questions? All right.
It's
fine.
Pride Month. Gotcha, bitch. That's why we wanted you on this one.
You liar. You're a liar because you're not selling anything. So how could you be interested in Pride Month?
Yeah, in Charleston, they always do their Pride Month in September.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I know
August
why.
usually. Like, because it's not... They're trying to do it later so that it's not so hot.
Yeah, let's do it in October.
Yeah, that's what I think.
June,
It's like it
people
was...
want to melt.
It's like, I remember it used to always be like the weekend of my grandma's birthday, and her birthday was the 13th of August. And I never could go to it. Then they did move it to like early September, I guess.
Yeah, something like November would be best. You know, that way you could wear a fashionable sweater.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't even need a sweater. You just dress like it's, I don't know, like spring
Like it's
everywhere
summer,
else.
like
Yeah.
usual. Yeah.
It's like my birthday's
Charleston.
dead center of November, and I always want to wear a cold weather outfit, and I always get something, and I can't wear it until like February.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But why has it been like 75 degrees at the end of May at the start of June? Something's wrong, and I like it.
Well, it was like 104 degrees on Friday, and now
Yeah.
it's been like 75 degrees.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like actually nice weather outside.
I don't trust it.
No.
The Arctic storm hits Charleston.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it could start snowing tomorrow, and I would not care.
Lord. Anybody else grow? Did you guys grow up with snow or no?
Yeah, I mean...
remember it snowed like twice.
Yeah, it snowed 3 or 4 times in my life. I've lived in Charleston my entire
Oh,
life.
dang.
That's funny. That's actually how many times it snowed in Charleston since, 1963 when it was established.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I messed that all
Not
up.
quite that old, noob.
I remember walking to school in New York when I only went to kindergarten in New York, but I remember walking to school in snow that was like almost taller than me. It was basically a climb. And that was one of the times when my mom actually, because like my brother and I would just walk together most of the time, but that was one of the times when my mom walked with me because she had to lift me so that I could take every other step. But I wanted to do it myself, and she was like, come on, you're never going to get to school. So she was just like half dragged me, half lifted me. Yeah.
Lord.
My darling Jesse has a sixth sense about when I'm doing something like this.
All right.
So,
Terrence is gonna go eat, and he might
I'm
come
a-
back. He might
You're-
not. I'm taking you out. Get out of here. Get.
all right, I'll punch
Go
out.
on, get.
Get out of here. Don't stop the recording though. Just keep
Okay, I
rolling.
won't stop the recording.
Go on, get.
We
Kick
want to
me then.
hear
Fuck you.
Jesse eating very loudly
Into
through
the
your recording device.
It's like if I hear one mouth sound, I'm out.
Are you one of those people that hate mouth sounds?
I really
behind?
like. I used to get so mad. I used to fantasize about like murdering my older brother because he just was like, all the noises, all the slurping, all the grossness. And like he would be so happy while he was eating and I would just be so angry.
Well, apparently you wouldn't like noodle shops in Japan
Yeah.
because they slurp noodles like it's going out of style.
I mean,
from what I understand,
like if I like it's one of those like double standard things. Like I can make mouth sounds. And if my mouth sounds drown out your mouth sounds, then it's like, totally canceled out, doesn't bother me. But if I'm like, while I'm not eating and I hear you eating, I'm probably going to want to puke.
Now, here, let me ask you a question. Now, if someone has a bag of chips, and that first bite's crunchy no matter what you do,
Mm-hmm.
is that okay? Is the
Crunching
crunch
doesn't
fine?
bother me. It's things that remind me that there's spit in your mouth. I don't want to think about your saliva.
Sloppy
Ugh.
eating?
I don't want to think about other people's bodily fluids in any way. I don't want to think about your blood. I don't want to think about your spit. I don't want to think about anything that's inside your
cover-
body that's liquid. Yes.
Does that cover earwax?
Yes. Ugh. Super gross.
It's not, even though it's not liquid.
I mean, but it's still gross. It's gross. Like, all things are gross. Like I think I talked about it on here before about how
all things.
Yeah, pretty
are
much
gross.
everything is gross. Like you think about like if you were to be able to look through a microscope and see your skin and see the stuff that's like crawling around and like living on you.
I've looked at, well, not the stuff crawling around on the surface of my skin, but I've seen my cells.
Yeah. I mean, that's creepy too.
Doesn't it ever freak y'all out that we are just made of a bunch of tiny living things?
Yes.
That make up one big living thing?
Very much so. People wonder why I smoke pot. It's to stop my brain from thinking about all this stuff so that I can exist in the world.
So actually, I want to bring that up because recently my grandmother died. If you check the Noob Show discography, that's why there's a gap. Yada yada. But anyway, my nice family member decided to make an exact copy of our family homes out in Oregon, so that way we could all enjoy and partake of his pound of marijuana that he brought to Oregon at the funeral, which is totally legal, where he made an exact replica of where we lived at.
Out in Oregon, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he brought a pound to Oregon with shatter and wax and dab and everything under the sun.
Dang.
And I know on that replicated porch of mine, we smoked at least a half ounce. It was a beautiful day.
I've done shatter once, and it was quite enjoyable, but the process itself seemed like you're doing hardcore drug. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, check out this heroin.
Yeah, like
But it was just marijuana in a different form.
I don't know. My experience with that sort of stuff has been like I had a friend of mine gave me a pen that you could put wax in and like vape it, and that was cool. I could dig that, but doing the dabs and stuff like that's just too hot. My throat burns my throat and whatever. Like the last time I
Put
did
some
one,
ice cubes in your water.
I mean, I don't got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for all that. I feel like that's
complicated smoking
yeah,
methods.
like I just need a puff or two, and I am good to go. Thank you. I'm good. I don't need for you to construct some crazy contraption and ice it down and oil it up and light it on fire. No.
Actually, the first time I bought a bong, it was a sparkling clean one that I was taking to Oregon. And my favorite picture of my grandmother is her holding it. And she has the dumbest look on her face because she thought it was pretty. She knew what it was. She didn't understand how to use it, though.
That's
So
cute.
I kind of want to... It's my favorite picture of her.
That's
holding my
cute.
bong. It's
What the hell is this?
Oh, no, she knew what it was.
Newfangled technology.
Back in my day, we smoked out of an apple and liked it. She always wanted to smoke, but she
I've
couldn't.
I personally have never done an apple, but I have a cucumber.
Ooh, I'd say I've never heard of a cucumber. Mahogany?
I was about to say that I hadn't, and then I remembered the walk-in at that one place that I worked at, and yes, there was, I want to say, a lemon going around. And I was like, how did you do this with a lemon? But it was basically a bunch of aluminum foil inside of it, which is really bad for your throat and whatever.
The lemon sounds good, though.
It was
Like, that sounds citrusy.
I mean, like,
And the lemon is good for your throat. So the two balance each other out.
that's literally what he said. He was like, you work with what you got, but also there's
Yes.
vitamin C or something.
I've never seen better engineers than a bunch of stoners who want to get high and don't have a pipe.
Yep.
All right, so what we need is a cantaloupe, a corkscrew, and a plug, a wall plug.
I was like,
Well, we don't have a corkscrew, but we do have.
I feel like my wine tool was used to help make it, because I'm the one who always had everything in my apron.
See, what's good is the spiral makes the smoke take longer to get up to you, like a condenser. So it really cools it down. That's what I'm assuming. I've also seen somebody take, like, you know, those nice porcelain pipes or glass, but it was a soda can that was indented in and had all the holes. But it was like glass, but it was a soda can, you know, the old school.
Interesting.
I've done one I've made a bong out of a Powerade bottle. It was the strongest, so we could use them longer, but we had a pipe with a stem and then would putty it up to get it watertight, and then Powerade bottle. Boom.
I had a friend that would come over, and he always had a like one of those little portable handheld coolers, and he would have his portable gravity bong station that he would bring over.
Yeah, the gravity bongs are ridiculous. My best friend would take a ratchet head, a socket, and then heat up the bottom so he could put it on the top of a 3-liter bottle. But one time he used the big gallon of Hawaiian Punch to make a gravity bong out of, and people blacked out from that thing.
See, I don't want to go that hard. Like, I don't want to black out, man.
I remember meeting my friend's uncle. I hadn't seen him since we used to party at his trailer in Greer. But I hadn't seen him since, like, you know, early high school. So I was like 13 last time I saw him, maybe 14, something like that. But he was like, you don't remember me? You remember that trash bag though, don't you? And I was like, oh, that's you. Because I remember that one night, everybody else had gone to bed, and he had just been like filling up the trash bag with smoke, and then you'd put it over your head, and you just sat there and breathed until the trash bag was gone. And I remember like doing that once, and then just sitting on the rolly chair and just like gliding around. While everybody else was getting
in college. A group of us, 4 of us, all rolled up. You each had your own blunt, and you sat in a trash bag, like you all the way, and smoked this blunt. And about halfway through, you couldn't open your eyes. There was so much smoke, and you would sit there for a good half hour in just like a cloud.
Those were the days, hot boxing.
See, out winter, we could do that on a porch with a big comforter. We all just huddle underneath the comforter and pass around the blunt.
Oh my
It all works out
god.
well.
I saw the coolest thing on TikTok. These people like had this above ground pool, or maybe they just like built a structure.
Subscribe to Homebrew to try this TikTok. Thank you, guys.
Do it. But they had built this structure, like it was like an above ground pool, and it was emptied out, and they basically just like made it like a pillow fort, and that was they ran a extension cord from the house, and they had like their PlayStation and their TV and everything, and they just camped out and fogged that little thing out all night long. I was like, that seems like a really fun adult camping trip, the kind I can get down with.
That sounds like you're going to run out of oxygen, though.
I mean, you can anytime just pull back a blanket. I mean, it's just, it's just blankets and shit. But, it was high enough.
Oh, I thought it was like a pool flipped over.
No. Like, they're inside the pool, and then the blankets and stuff are the ceiling. and they've got it like, they've got like
That makes sense now.
like I don't know, like brooms and stuff keeping it up. It was like a little, but they lined the inside with blankets and pillows, so it was a nice little place to sit, and like beanbag chairs and stuff, so you could just have a little cozy spot. Like, that's the kind of camping I would do. I don't do actual nature.
That reminds me of something I always wanted to do with a pool. Is you take one of the big water cooler bottles. It's 20 gallons, 30 gallons, whatever, and you cut off the top of it. So now it's just a big giant bowl, and you put that in the pool, and you float it at the top. And what you do is you go into it with the joint, and you smoke it out, and then you leave it floating around the pool,
So you can just swim
that
under.
other people can randomly swim up, take a breath,
Heck yeah.
and whatever else is in that air, and then go back and swim.
I'd go to that pool party.
I seen something similar to that, but instead of you being underwater, they just hooked a vacuum up to the water jug, so it's just flooding you instantly with air or with smoke. So instead of taking the time, to sit there and fill up yourself, like a not one of those vacuums, like a shop vac that sucks, and so it sucks the thing into it, and it just fills it up with smoke. I've never seen somebody actually sit in it without choking and getting out real quick.
Yeah.
I saw someone make one with a bathroom fan as the suction.
People are ingenuitive. Ingenuity.
But no. But back to bodily fluids, Mahogany.
Oh, gross.
City of Destin government officials hard at work placing pee containment zones before busy Memorial Weekend at Crab Island. If you need to use the restroom, please swim into the pee containment zones to do so. Persons caught relieving themselves outside the zone will be fined $100 and evicted to Crestview.
How are you going to be caught?
I don't know.
Outside of this,
I mean,
But it's just in
First
water.
off.
All you see is yellow things making a circle. I don't know how that's containing anything. And I don't know about you. I don't want to get into that.
exactly. Like, you don't, I mean, I'm sorry, but
I looked it up. I couldn't find anything on pee containment zones.
I just feel like that's like, telling on yourself.
that's got to be an Onion story or something.
No, it's not. Hold on. Let me look it up.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
No, this
Damn
is...
it, we got to stop talking about him now.
No, you
This... So, Terance, we're just talking about the City of Destin government putting up pee containment zones in water that you have to swim in to use the bathroom or you'll get fined and tossed out.
don't. How do they know?
I don't know. It's like a big yellow ring, I guess, that you swim to. I'm looking it up now.
So
And it's... They...
is this at the beach or at a pool, like a water park pool thing?
I think this is like a natural, like, lake or something.
So I was gonna say, if it's like at a pool or something, I feel like there's that stuff that like turns a certain color when you pee.
I've never actually encountered that in the
Me
wild. I'm not
either.
sure it's real.
I've never
I don't
encountered it
think
in the
it's real
wild
either.
either.
It's real, and it's also real expensive.
That's what I'm thinking.
So
Is like they.
no public pool is going to use that. To, hey, look, that 6-year-old over there is peeing in the pool.
Yeah, because I feel like every time a kid gets excited, they pee a little. I don't know. Like every time they go wee, there's just a little bit. Who knows?
So what I missed while I was mowing down my New York strip.
Stoner talk,
Mostly
honestly.
weed talk.
Okay.
Yes, we did have the stoner portion of the chit chat.
I also want to bring up Universal Studios reportedly wants a Fast and Furious and Jurassic World crossover, and I'm all about that.
Well, I mean, Vin Diesel's basically a dinosaur these days, so.
I wanted him because he owns the franchise now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. I think it was number 9. He did that without pay, but his pay was he had the rights to all future Fast and Furious. He's the guy that makes the final call on it.
I can't tell if that's genius or insane.
Well, if they have a Jurassic World crossover, that's insane. Because you know what these dinosaurs can't stop? Family.
Oh, God.
Family, yo.
Well, I mean, it would be the first Fast and the first Furious movie I actually watch if they have that.
Yeah, no, me too.
You haven't seen any
What
of them?
Not a one.
Wow.
Not even the old timey '60s one that they're based on.
Wow.
And that's a Roger Corman movie, and I've seen most Roger Corman movies.
I don't know who that is, but wow.
What I really want, since Vin Diesel loves D&D, is to do a D&D and Fast and Furious crossover. Like, they get sucked into the game, and he has to punch a dragon in the face with a car.
That's gonna happen.
And he's in a suit of armor. I want it to
I
happen.
feel like you've said it twice. If you say it one more time, it's like Beetlejuice is gonna happen. It's gonna come into
Or Candyman.
existence.
Or Candyman.
Who's Candyman?
In the time of the slasher movie, there was one that I think 4 movies, but it's a series of this guy. If you say his name 3 times
5.
in the dark,
Was it 5?
you will summon the Candyman, and he'll kill you. He's got a hook for a hand.
And
And
bees.
he's scary because he's played by Tony Todd, basically.
Yeah.
Terance, why do you know so much about old movies?
Not old movies; they're contemporary
That's,
movies to my
that's an
timeline.
80.
You're not that
It was
much
an
older
80s
than
movie.
me, though. That's the thing.
The first Candyman was like '92.
You
No,
know,
but I'm talking, you still like
wow.
old movies.
Yeah.
You have a signed picture of somebody on your wall holding a ray gun. Who is that? It's like black. Not over there. It's like in your living room. It's black and white. It's just a finely dressed man holding holding something, or maybe he's not holding anything.
Oh, that's Vincent Price.
Who is that?
Oh no, over here, that's Sean Connery.
See, how would I know that? I only know old Sean Connery.
Connery is Bond.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's Sean Connery.
That's James Bond.
That's Sean Connery before his old man face, before his jowls separated and became their own entity.
It's before he took so many bad roles, it soured him on acting forever.
Yeah. He also hit women.
So fuck it.
So what have you been up to, Terance?
Huh?
How's your life been? We missed you. Well, I missed you.
Boring.
How do you-
I have some excitement, I guess.
You know, like how excited you are about Ted Gein, or what's his name? Ed Gein?
Ed Gein.
Isn't he the guy that was based, or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based off of?
Yes, actually, a lot of movie murderers are based off Ed Gein. Now you got me doing it, Ted Gein. Get out of here.
I was thinking Ted Bundy. And Ted Cruz, you know, the worst serial killers on the planet.
Oh,
What up,
you mean
up,
the
what up,
Zodiac killer, yeah.
Ted Cruz is 100% the Zodiac killer.
No, I was discussing. I got called in there in addition to my steak to discuss going to Vegas.
Or do you want to go to Vegas?
Well, I mean, I told Jesse we'd get married in the fall, so.
Oh, sweet.
But then his mom offered to fly us to Vegas for it. I'm like, well, okay.
Are you doing an elope type marriage?
I mean, I don't know if they have any other
Get
kind.
married by Elvis. Come on.
Well, I was hoping for a Darth Vader, but
You could do that?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes. In Vegas, you can do anything.
Elvis dressed up like Darth Vader.
all right, don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. Oh,
I want to see Vader wearing a Hawaiian shirt or the Elvis unitard.
Elvis unitard.
Yeah, with all the tassel and fringe.
Yeah.
I'd rather get married in
With
that.
the Vader helmet.
So, Terrence, are we invited to the wedding?
I mean, if you can make it to Vegas.
Look, I gambled enough where I have cheap rooms. I'll come to that wedding. I've never attended a gay wedding, and I've always wanted to.
I've never attended a gay wedding, so it's a first for both of us.
Oh, fuck. Happy Pride Month, Terrence.
I guess.
Oh, so salty. Love it.
I want it as a review for Pride Month. I guess, Terrence.
I guess.
So
I used all my pride up back in '76.
Well, the problem is I never had much pride to begin with. I'm a Southerner.
yeah, that does make it difficult, doesn't it?
Shame.
There's not a lot. There's a few things we don't like here in the South, and that's anybody who's not like us. Moving on.
And I live in Walterboro.
Yeah.
Not a big point of pride.
Yeah. So the thing about South Carolina is that it's all red, except for Columbia and Charleston.
Basically everything down 95. All the
Yeah.
counties touching 95 are blue counties. That's it. And Columbia.
Yeah.
What, Mahogany?
That's just the whole long thing. It's not necessary. It's not necessary
feel like-
right now.
Mahogany, do it.
Nope.
Let's hear it. Mahogany, come
Nope.
on.
Nope.
I feel like Toker's about to rise up behind me and scream, "No politics!" in my ear.
Yeah, well, that's partially where I'm headed with it. I'm just like,
I know.
because if not, because then
Well, we
then we're
haven't-
gonna have to get into the serious shit, and it's like, let's not even.
Oh, why must you spoil my joyous news?
So far, we haven't gotten into politics. We've just said where the red and blue is in South Carolina. That's just facts.
And those don't care about your feelings, apparently.
Hey, you keep Ben Shapiro out of this.
And I'll keep this out of Ben Shapiro. Oi!
Nobody's. Ben Shapiro is a femboy. Confirmed.
Well, why does it say we have 6 minutes 40 seconds left in the meeting?
Because that's how much
question.
longer we have until we have to re-up on the meeting.
No, it
I'm
doesn't
I'm glad
take
everybody
long.
can see it. Because I was
Yeah.
gonna say something at about a minute.
I just noticed and
Yeah.
not used to seeing it. And
When it happens,
Oh, wait, that's right.
just don't stop your recording. I will
All right.
just throw up a new meeting, and there'll be
Okay.
wibbity wham wham
So-
muzzle.
I'm learning that when you grow your hair out, you can breathe it in if you're not careful. Like, I've choked
Yes.
on my hair, and no one tells you this.
Like while you're sleeping or something? Or?
No, like I just bent over, like, put my head down, and then I moved wrong, and then I just inhaled hair to the back
Don't
of
they
my
make-
throat.
Don't they make you wear a hairnet at work?
No, I wear head socks at work.
Heads up.
Like, those face shield masks? Yeah, I wear head socks like Double D from Ed and Eddie. Because they work, they don't have the brim, which I hate. And your fucking baseball caps suck.
They do. They
They
always
never-
give me a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On this podcast, we have Kevin, who has a head the size of a watermelon, so I'm sure he agrees.
No, I actually like wearing hats.
I can't
Well,
do
yeah,
it.
I mean
I
sunburn.
usually wear hats all the time, or I'll wear a bandana at work just because I work in a warehouse. It's not air conditioned, so in the summertime it's 900 degrees, so I'm sweating all the time. So
I wear those
I go
big
bandana.
muffiny Elizabethan hats, like with the floppy brims and the big poofy part. So
I love a good hat if it can fit my head. If I find one that actually fits, I wear it out.
Are you a cowboy hat person, Mahogany?
Nope.
I
you
feel
sure?
I feel like you could rock a cowboy hat.
Maybe I could, but I never have, and I've never been.
How about
inclined to.
how about a Stetson brim but with a wizard hat part?
I've seen those. I saw that as well,
the
Terance.
cones of Dunshire.
Like I'd
So you wanna-
wear like a big brim, like witch hat. I'd do that.
Dude, I love those.
That's basically a church hat if you bring the cone down.
Yeah,
a
like
little.
I like my grandma's church hats, but they were always grabbing me in my head. They're fucking tight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, church hats do slap, man.
Like-
Church hats only come in two sizes. Like, why is it that big, and why are you wearing a hat at all? It's so tiny.
There was this one thing that my grandma always wore in conjunction with the hat. It was like this black thing that's like just goes around, and it's like studs, like little diamond studs, little rhinestone probably studs going around it, but it looks like it's like braided, and it was very cool, and I always liked it, and I never realized it wasn't actually a part of this one hat that she had. So I ended up wearing it to her funeral, and I don't know, it was great, but it hurt. It was too tight. God damn it, too tight. But I don't know. She had really great hats.
Speaking of too tight, I finally found an exercise that I like. You guys ever
Kegels.
here? No, Beat Saber.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to do
Yeah.
it. I gotta get some freaking contacts so I can get in there.
Like I've been doing it like all my days off just for like 30 minutes to an hour, and you're fucking sweating because you can download custom songs now. So any song that you ever listen to, yeah, I'll just download that and play the game to it.
Heck yeah.
What is the game?
Beat
is it
Saber.
Is it like
It's
a Guitar
VR
Hero thing?
game.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's like Guitar Hero, but you're swinging left, right, up or down with a lightsaber, basically. So Beat Saber.
I'm gonna give you 2 lightsabers in each hand. One's gonna be red and one's gonna be blue. And flying at your face is gonna be little boxes with arrows that you have to slice in those directions. And then there's gonna be walls coming at you have to avoid with your head. And then there's gonna be bombs you don't slice.
Like, if this was like a real world scenario, I'd probably chop my own head off in under a minute. Just letting you know.
Oh, I do that all the time. And then you don't chop your head off.
Yeah.
But if you do want to chop heads off, there's a game called, what's it? Oh, I have to look it up on my Steam. It's Blade and Sorcery. And it's the most realistic just chop 'em up game.
Chop them up.
And you have magic spells and stuff. It's great. It's really good for getting out anger, and you can get stuck just beating up dummies and chopping their heads off.
I don't think I can get out anger. It's like a stain. It's never going away at this point.
Aw.
Have you tried baking
I
soda
was
and
gonna say,
vinegar?
have you ever owned a punching bag? Because, man, that's...
Yeah.
His name is Jesse.
They had
Oh,
one of those
what?
in the basement of the place that I worked at for about 5-6 years. And I would go back and forth between quitting smoking. And whenever I was quitting smoking and customers pissed me off and you couldn't find me, I was downstairs fucking up that bag.
No,
Fuck
see,
you.
What you need to do is have that in front of the customer, so when they say something done, you can just go ahead and punch it and then go right back to
I'd
them.
love that.
Hold on one second.
That's
Anyway.
like the most passive-aggressive thing I've ever heard of in my entire
No, we-
life. But
No, we don't have it in stock. I already checked. Let me go look in the back for you. Hold on.
people used to always want me to send me to find horseradish, and horseradish was most likely downstairs in that other cooler. So
Horseradish is so good.
it is good,
Is it?
but meh,
Yeah.
It is quite delicious.
spicy.
I don't know. I've never had it outside the context of horsey sauce at Arby's.
That's a
It's
shame.
spicy, but it's fast spicy. Like, it's spicy and then it's not spicy anymore.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh wait, no
horseradish.
wait, never mind. I've eaten a shitload of wasabi from sushi places, which is just horseradish that's colored green.
Keep talking, Terance. Tell the story. Terance, tell a story while we black out. Do it, Mahogany.
Boop.
What?
Tell a story.
Boop, boom, boom, boop, 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 doo. Doo, 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 doo. Boop, 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 boop. We're zooming again.
Whoa.
Terance, that was a wonderful story you decided to tell us. Thank you so much.
No problem. It was real personal too.
I can't wait to hear it.
But no, am I wrong? Is that all? I thought that's all like wasabi you get from stores and things is just
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
horseradish.
wasabi is Japanese horseradish.
Japanese uses real wasabi, which is a type of, I believe it's a type of horseradish, but most wasabi in the United States is just colored horseradish.
Interesting.
That's the thing about wasabi. The reason it's so actually expensive is because it's so difficult to farm. It's a very, very temperamental plant. And, like, you can't use machines to harvest it. So that's why it's expensive. And the way they grade it in Japan, the glorious land of Nippon, is they, don't laugh at that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
They grade it on shark skin, and then they scrape it off and put it on sushi.
On shark skin, eh?
Sushi.
Sushi.
I feel like I was there.
Gee.
I've heard this story so many times. I feel like I was there.
I love that story. Don't say the name of the person because
I don't
he's under
even
protection.
know the name of the person, but I
Okay,
still
good.
feel like I was there.
I just wish I could have saw that kid so high, By accident, not on purpose. Eating sushi.
The lesson here, folks, is don't leave your edibles where children can find.
Because that happened to me, and my mom got very upset at my father. And I wasn't allowed to go to school that day.
I never ate so much meth in my life.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, meth brownies.
It's crunchy.
Ouch.
That's like rock candy. You know?
Yeah,
I
rock.
don't think meth doesn't seem like it would translate well to edibles because the users of meth don't have great teeth, if any.
Well, I mean, you want to
It's
make
called meth mouth for a reason.
ideally, you want a meth pudding or perhaps like a custard.
Just grind up some Adderall and put it in one of those pudding
what
cups.
do you call it when it's meant to go up your ass?
Boofing.
A suppository. Meth suppository.
Yeah.
Oh, I was on a different note there. You guys know what boofing is, though?
Nope.
I would rather not.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Let's look it up. Boofing.
Oh, it's not it's a term. When you boof it, prisoners to hide stuff during.
I thought that was called
Searches.
keistering.
I thought it was called the prison
I
wallet.
think it's all the same. It's different words for different birds.
What exactly is boofing and when you should never do it? God, I can't even read the article because it's when you put drugs up your butt. Gosh.
Like to
Like
use
butt
them?
chugging. Yeah.
I don't.
Because your butthole really just loves to absorb stuff.
Yeah, probably the worst place for poppers, your butt.
You
don't understand that instinct to do something that could potentially kill me and is like so gross just to feel higher, maybe.
Well, imagine you're on a ship and there's only 1 6-pack of beer and there's 6 guys. The best way for you all to get drunk is to just funnel that beer up your butt. And that's, I think, where it originated from.
I don't think that's I feel like that's something that you think of after the fact, after all the beers are gone. You're like, gosh, I wish we had butt chugged these beers. That way we'd be drunker.
I just
Is that your autobiography?
I'm with Mahogany. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
'Cause
I don't understand why you're deciding to pour Skittles at this time.
if you use the drugs normally, you're gonna get high, right? So just do that.
I mean, no, you just be glad you can't put weed in your butt. I don't think.
you probably can, but you're not gonna get me. Like the closest I'll get is a topical solution.
Well, that seems like it's ideal for butt applications.
But why though?
I don't know why. I'm just talking.
Look, why does anybody do meth in the first place?
Oh, let me feel this one. It's cheap.
all right.
You only have so much like enjoyment you can get out of prescription drugs, but if you bash them up with a bunch of other chemicals, then it's a party.
Those things are all, I guess, because I feel like most of the prescription drugs, like, they just make me feel sick. They don't make me feel like anything good.
Yeah, no, I've never felt like it's a party.
Yeah,
Because
like,
I'm on
I just don't
prescription.
understand it.
I take
wanna feel like
it
this
back.
all the time.
I had the party button when I was in the hospital once, like Will has.
Morphine?
That shit makes me itchy.
God, morphine makes me think I am the funniest motherfucker in the world. Because when I was in the hospital for a surgery thing on my belly button, they would ask me how my pain was, and it was bad, but I would make it seem worse.
30.
Yeah. It's not like a 5, but I'm gonna say 8, just so because I was under 18. And they would flush the morphine in, and the nurse would come in, and I would see the names different from a name tag on the board. Like, what'd you do with Mary, huh? And that's why they don't like to let me have morphine anymore. And gosh, I want that magic button.
That button.
Oh, yes, that button is magic. Anyway.
Why were you in the hospital with the magic button, Terance?
I was having my... What was I there for?
All the morphine made you forget.
No, I had strep that nearly killed me.
Oh.
How do you get strep throat that bad?
You can, apparently. Well, I don't know. Like it felt like a sore throat for a few days, and the next thing you know, I could barely move.
Well,
And
yeah.
and then my car dies while I'm driving myself to the ER.
Shit.
So I have to call somebody up, like talking like this. Help me! Come get me!
How'd you forget this? How did you
Because
forget?
it's just another day in the life.
Because my life is a constant like traffic accident in slow motion,
that
and
the-
one individual frame of it is not very memorable.
It's like the person in the cartoon with the rain cloud that's just following them around.
It's just me.
It's unfortunate. Like,
I'm just
it's
that
another
guy.
day.
No, Terance, you're a beautiful lad, and we love you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Doesn't make his life any better.
Yes, it does.
My life is not improved by this knowledge.
It's gonna be improved when you marry your sweet, sweet boy Jesse in Vegas by Elvis Vader
Yeah.
or
Vader.
Darth Elvis.
Darth Elvis.
I gotta look up images for Darth Elvis.
I'm sure there's some.
He's got to be. Like, literally two of the biggest pop culture figures in American history in the last 50 years.
Darth Elvis. I typed Darth Velvet.
Did something cool come up for that?
It's just like Elvis, or you know, like they have velvet paintings.
Oh, okay.
It's just Darth Vader Elvis.
Very nice.
Oh, there is Darth Elvis.
I don't know why
Oh,
it
there's-
wants me to.
I want to see Darth Elvis.
There's Darth Elvis. Elvis has met a lot of celebrity. There he is with Snoop Dogg.
Recording.
I don't want to see a meeting of
No.
Elvis and Darth Vader. I want to see a Darth
He's right here.
Elvis.
Say that first
He's right
one.
here.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like the opposite of the very first picture.
Yeah, so that's visual jokes.
Yeah.
We have it's an Elvis costume with a Vader helmet, and the other one is just Elvis in a Vader costume,
Yeah.
which I don't think is historically accurate.
No, that is completely shopped. Otherwise, Darth Vader would have had to been around in the 50s.
when did Elvis die?
Yeah, that was Elvis getting arrested at his mugshot when he's like 20.
Why did he get arrested?
Probably for shaking his hips. All seductive.
It wasn't though, was it?
Getting the ladies all riled up.
Yeah, he got in trouble.
I mean, like he's saying, like subjectively, like objective, like if you were to look at it now, you'd be like, "That's just
No, it's
yeah."
largely
It's
comedic.
not
This nowadays.
huh.
Yeah, but back in the day, they were not liking him shaking that pelvis. All that gyration, making women
Penises.
think of sexual things. They didn't want it. And there was big protests against Elvis and people being all like, that's the devil.
It reminds me of a joke I heard, and it was somebody calls up a random number and says, "Hey, hello, is this Miss whatever? We're the school." He's like, "Oh, my Billy, what happened?" He's like, "I think we have a little Elvis on our hands." "Oh, is he good at music?" "No, he died on the toilet." And then you hang up.
Oh. I did not see that coming.
I did. I just didn't want it to happen.
How did you see that coming?
It's
How'd you
literally
see
the
that coming?
thing you joke about with Elvis. Like, it's the main thing, other than him eating doing lots of drugs and eating peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Peanut butter,
Oh,
bacon, and banana,
I
which is
stand
delicious. It's so good. Elvis was onto
It
something.
is.
Like what you do is you take a hot dog bun, peanut butter that bitch up, put a banana in it, and 2 strips of bacon. You got it all right there. Elvis dog.
One of these days, I might give that a try.
I don't know. I'd rather do it with like banana slices, and I like it. I'd like it more of in a sandwich format.
I feel like I've tried it in the sandwich format, and it's real slidey. But I feel like the hot dog.
Maybe if you made a Monte Cristo out of it.
That's with the fried egg,
you
right?
just- it's like it's a
No, a Monte Cristo.
It's
you
a batter
fry
dip
the whole-
sandwich.
You
Fry the whole
dip it
fucking
in a batter
Ooh, that does
and
sound
then
good.
fry it.
feel like we've gone
I
too
didn't know that was
far.
a-
Every time I think about that sandwich, I'm like, there's a line.
No,
Somewhere
I'm thinking.
around here.
I'm thinking of a croque monsieur and a croque madame, which is a hot ham and cheese, but then a croque madame you add a fried egg.
I would have the madame.
No,
Yeah.
Please.
I think Monte Cristo is just deep fried
there's-
sandwich.
I gotta look
Yep.
it up. There's very few sandwiches that aren't increased by a fried egg.
Yeah, agreed.
Tuna fish.
Now I think a fried egg
I
would
mean,
make it
even
better.
still, yeah.
The only one I can think is the peanut butter and jelly, but even then, maybe.
No.
But maybe.
Nothing sweet. No sweet and eggs.
But that's like, oh, that reminds me of. You guys ever fluffernutter before?
Is this a sex thing?
No.
Yeah, I know. I know what a
Sounds-
fluffernutter
No.
is.
No, fluffernutter is marshmallow and
Yeah.
peanut butter, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
marshmallow fluff and peanut butter on a
That's
sandwich.
blasphemy.
What do you mean that's blasphemy? That's delicious.
All your teeth should fall out just for
this-
saying that.
This Easter, I found a new fun candy. It was a Reese's peanut butter cup, but the top half was marshmallow.
Sounds good though.
Yeah. I sometimes crave
It's-
marshmallows. Like, I crave s'mores. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's my wife is a s'mores maniac, and I bought them for her to make it with a s'mores.
I was so happy. I didn't remember doing it, but apparently I stuffed some of those s'more packets from your wedding into my purse. And when I found them, oh my god, I was so happy.
Well, the fun thing to do with s'mores is replace the graham cracker with fudge
Oh
stripe
Lord,
cookies.
that sounds messy.
What's y'all's favorite sandwich? Now that I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about sandwiches now.
S'mores.
Pastrami with spicy brown mustard on pumpernickel or a marble rye. Regular rye is okay, but I like pumpernickel or I like a marble rye, and ideally some really good, really crisp salt and vinegar chips in there.
You really are
As
from
well.
New York.
And my grandfather is Jewish, so he really influenced our.
He liked a really nice
Yeah.
pastrami sandwich.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was all about going to the deli and getting the good meat and making. Yeah.
Mahogany's answer is going to sound real close to mine, so it's a toss up between
Let's
a
hear it.
Reuben or an Italian hoagie.
Can't go wrong there.
Mine is 100% a Reuben,
Gosh, see?
without a doubt.
I was going to say a sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast croissant sandwich.
Okay.
God,
Well,
those are
see,
good.
I thought I was talking about a traditional sandwich.
You're going with traditional sandwich?
Yeah.
Just straight up?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking is a traditional sandwich. But now we're
Oh,
throwing
yeah,
other breads into the mix. Now we're talking bagels, and so there's a perfect bagel sandwich. That, there's a different sandwich for different bread.
Yeah, lots.
Well, then forget one off of that.
Lox is
Lox.
really
That's
great
good.
on the bagels. But if you want a hot bagel sandwich, so there's a great cold bagel sandwich. There's a great hot bagel sandwich.
Hot Bagel Sandwich is a great band name.
It's then you gotta get the bacon, egg, and cheese, and you gotta put a fried egg in there, and some hot sauce, and you gotta make sure you butter the bagel real good, and it's gotta be just so toasted, not too hard.
I'm a slut for a good
Mm,
Philly
it's good
cheesesteak.
too.
Oh my god, I don't even try not to even think about those anymore because I'm lactose. But
Have you tried lactate pills?
yeah, I mean I'm freaking right here. I got them. I keep them on deck because, like I said, I'm lactose, but I live in a world where other
Yeah.
People aren't going to
exist.
not cheese.
Well, it's like you go to somebody's house. I went to a friend's house recently for a thing, and I have some seafood allergies, and so he made me. It was I went for a low country boil, and he made me a plate with potatoes that were boiled by themselves, and everything boiled by itself, and then some chicken, and I was like, thank you, but I want the crabs and stuff. That's what I came here for. So basically...
No, you don't understand. I'm prepared for diarrhea.
My thing is, like I'm not allergic to that seafood. I'm only a little bit allergic to that seafood. The seafood that will kill me, they don't have there. If it was there, I wouldn't go.
What is it?
Like fish. If you're having a fish dinner, then no thank you. If you're cooking white fish for dinner, I'll just stay home, thank you. Because anything that touches, like, you don't clean it, and I pick up a utensil that you touched after you touched the fish, then I could die, all this stuff. Like, it's real severe. So, like, I know what I'm allergic to. I know what I can have and know what I can't have. And when I go to people's places, I don't want to be the person that they have to cater to, because then they get it wrong, and now I feel bad.
Okay, so I'm glad I know you're allergic to fish now, because I did not know that.
Yeah, I can't eat, just a fish sandwich. Dead.
Now, shrimp po' boys are
Those are
also
good.
delicious as hell.
Yeah, I can have those, but I don't like shrimp very much.
What?
I like
Roast
oyster
beef
po'
good
boy.
too.
is the way to do it.
No.
With extra, what are they called? Drippings.
Honestly, I've hardly encountered a sandwich I didn't like, now that I think about it.
I mean, as long as you didn't put too much of that white stuff on there, we're good.
Oh, yeah, no, those are
Tomato
terrible. You're right,
sandwiches.
you're right,
Fuck
that's
those. Those aren't sandwiches. Wait, here comes Kevin to defend it. Because he's old.
Nope. I will not defend the tomato sandwich.
Alright, thank
When I
You put a
was
slice of meat on there, then we're talking.
when I was like 18 or so, I had just seen this documentary on the lifespan of a chicken, and it scared me off meat for like a year or so.
That'll do that.
And I was working at Hardee's, and I would eat tomato cheese sandwiches. Like, that was my life. That's what I ate. Just bread, tomato, and cheese. The slightest bit of that white stuff on the bun.
See, I'm with you on that, Pat Mahogany, that I don't mind eating meat. I don't want to eat factory farmed meat.
Yeah, that's my problem with most meat, is that it's there's something fucking weird about it. Why is it that big, that fast?
Yeah.
Like 28 days from chick to
Science!
ready
Mad
to
Fucking
be served.
giant.
Yeah. Yeah, mad science is the word. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all in favor of more mad science. I want vat-grown meat.
Yeah, there's something different about that to me than genetic, like, other than changing the way the chicken. Ugh. Anyway,
Have you guys tried any of the Beyond Meat stuff?
I want to, but not yet.
Nope.
I had a coupon for a
Will
free
not.
Beyond Meat burger from Burger King, but it was Burger King.
I heard it was good. Why won't you, Kevin? Are you scared you might like it?
Because it is basically oils that are messed with until it becomes solid, and they call it meat.
That's
Yeah,
what
like
most
if it walks-
cheese is too, though.
There's no way. Yeah, Burger King does the same with their cheese.
Yeah,
right?
well, that's what I'm
not
saying. Like, that's what
Burger King fan.
we're already eating that, and if you eat fast food burgers, you're already eating that stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
that's the
much.
filler that they put in there to extend the
And,
burger that you get from elsewhere.
And like half the stuff you get that's a dry good out of the grocery store has fucking wood chips in it. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I
fine
mean. It's
with
like
that.
we're already eating weird, gross shit. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's my theory on it. It's like if it tastes good,
yeah,
it's not going to give me immediate
yeah, like
brain cancer.
the cheap
I think
garlic
I'm
salt
fine.
you get out of Walmart is probably half cellulose. I'm not fooling myself.
it's like at least I know that it is oil and not like like something worse in some way. Like, there's lots of, like, they use, like, what are those, like, insect? They can use insect.
Flour.
Well, I mean, they've been using
Yeah.
insects for like dyes and food colorings forever.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. It's there's
Where do you think we get the color red from in food?
like what I try to tell Toker when he makes stuff that is weird. Like, he likes to hunt and he likes to cook stuff that he hunted, and that's fine with me. But let's, like, just while I'm eating it, please don't mention that it is what it is. Wait till I'm done eating it, Then
You don't want to eat squirrel, chicken of the tree.
See, if he were to cook squirrel,
the
like I don't
tree.
think he's ever brought squirrel, but if he were to cook squirrel and it tasted good and I didn't know what it was, then I would be fine. But as soon as you say a squirrel, now my brain is going. You know, like, don't remind me that this deer burger is really good. Now it's not good anymore because I'm thinking about when I'm driving home and I see on the side of the road, oh, look at that little guy. Like, let me pretend. Let me keep that.
I'm not a huge fan of venison anyway, except for chili. It makes good chili.
The jerky is
Yes,
so
it
good.
does.
The jerky is so good.
I think I lost a filling to venison jerky, so I'm a little off on it.
It's tough, but it's good though.
No, venison burgers are superior than ground beef burgers.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think
If you
so
mince
either.
if you mince up onions and jalapenos in that bitch, it's so good.
I don't think.
Don't get me wrong. You need a little bit of fat. It's a very
Yeah, you need to add some beef fat.
Mm-hmm.
To it.
beef fat or pork fat. You need some of that in there. Chicken fat would probably be really fucking good in
My
venison.
thing with it, like, the denser it is, the more I can taste the gaminess, and as soon as I taste gaminess, I get turned off.
Oh, yeah. Well, my mom used to make cube steaks out of venison.
Oh,
and
that's so good.
it's so tough.
Like, if I had grown up eating it, it'd be something different, but that's how I feel
Well,
like
yeah.
if I go and eating. It's like I love a good curry goat until I'm like till I start to get full, and then I start thinking that it's goat, and then I'm done.
Like, just keep your mind on the curry. Eye on the curry.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if just let me delude myself some, because I realize that it's necessary though.
Let me lie to
Yeah, it's a
myself.
little bit necessary sometimes in life to just pretend.
Okay, so I just learned of a sandwich called a Kentucky Hot Brown.
Was ist das?
It's turkey, bacon, tomato, and Mornay sauce, and it's open faced. That's not a sandwich.
It's a
This is turkey, something, tomato.
And bacon, and then Mornay, which is a sauce. It's a sauce.
So
You know, hold on.
Yeah, it's a gravy kind of sauce poured all over the whole sandwich.
It's like a white gravy, though, right?
Hot
Like
brown.
Interesting.
Huh.
Interesting.
Well, anyway,
but
we are about the hour, so Mahogany, close us out. Do it.
you know what I'm gonna say, right? Okay, bye. No. Yeah. Thanks for listening. That's what I got.
All right.
Wait. And as a closing message, I'm going to leave you guys with a couple. I found an encyclopedia of sandwiches, so I'm going to close out and read this. So enjoy.
Bacon, egg, and cheese, grilled cheese, pulled pork, banh mi, BLT, Italian sub, Thanksgiving sandwich, lobster roll, turkey club, tuna melt, fried chicken, cheesesteak, cubano, meatball sub, croque monsieur, croque madame, Reuben, gyro, that's not a sandwich, po' boy, caprese sandwich, patty melt, egg salad, French dip, PB&J, torta, roast beef, jambon bureau,
Next, he's going to be saying a hot dog is in a sandwich.
hot dogs not a sandwich, tonkuso, hot dogs and
See,
taco,
that-
Controversial.
just like a gyro,
This is
Monte
sad.
Cristo, ham and cheese, bagel with lox, I don't know what the fuck that is,
Salmon.
falafel pita, fucking gross.
You've never
don't know
had
what
smoked
box
salmon on a
is?
bagel?
It's fucking gross.
It's
Chicken
delicious.
salad,
Delicious.
veggie and hummus.
And
I'm reading
it's
sandwiches!
Paper.
Bologna, Italian beef, Kentucky hot brown,
Fresh
also not a
white
sandwich.
And that is a sandwich.
Brocadillo,
Kentucky hot brown.
liver, Kentucky, shut the fuck up, Kevin. And cucumber seed. That's the end of the show. Goodbye, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Later.
Yep. Okay. I'm sorry I wasn't here for most of it. Yeah, well, I really wolfed down that fucking steak. It's starting to hurt. Make my stomach hurt. It was a good steak, though. You know, Jesse cooked it just right. I should probably stop this recording.